Hey there, everyone. First and foremost, I'd like to thank you all for taking the time out of your day to tune in and watch this video. It's my very first post. I felt the need to start this channel because gambling is becoming dangerously mainstream. And most of that is due to social media. You got these people posting videos of them gambling, these influencers and all that. They post videos of them hitting jackpots and placing big bets. And what they're doing, whether they admit it or not, what they're doing is they're influencing people, especially the youth, to get out there and to gamble. And I take issue with this because gambling can be very dangerous. It can be an extremely, extremely bad habit and addiction. And they're out there glamorizing gambling, and no one seems to be saying or doing anything about it. And it's a problem. Gambling is responsible for people losing their entire life savings, for marriages being ruined, families being torn apart. People kill themselves, literally kill themselves every day because of gambling. In Las Vegas, they have, they call them jumpers, people who jump off the parking lot garages. Uh, of course, these casinos have a lot of money, so they spend it on keeping all that under wraps. They can't let any of that get out there because it's bad publicity, of course. They can't afford to affect tourism in that way. They rely on people coming out and losing their money so they can make money. These casinos are extremely evil and dirty entities. They're no different than drug cartels. I mean, at the end of the day, all they're doing is exploiting your addictions for their own personal financial gain. That's all it is. These casino dealers are no different than drug dealers. You know, they're doing their thing, and I've talked to them. They don't seem to have a conscience, to be honest with you. I tell them, you see people literally breaking down in tears at your table because they've lost their asses off. They lost everything. How do you go home and sleep at night after that? They seem perfectly fine with it. They really do. I mean, I don't understand it. Because if you think about it, I mean, they say, well, it's just a job, right? But they don't understand that they play a huge role in this. I mean, just because they don't own the company, the casino, doesn't mean that they're not part of the problem. Just a job. I mean, are you kidding? So, what about, would you want to get a job at a company that tested drugs on babies? Just a job. But no, I'm assuming most people would say, oh, hell no. So, what's the difference? And these casino hosts, they're all pieces of shit too. They act like they're your buddy. They send you offers. They give you free sweets and foods and concerts and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, all they want you to do is lose your money. And they'll argue, no, no. They'll say it doesn't matter whether you win or lose. It's all based on theoretical play. But that's bullshit because really, if forget about winning, but if everyone came out and broke even, well, there would be no casinos. They'd all go under. They got massive overhead, huge expenses, and they're able to pay all that and make huge profits. So think about how much money they're making. Think about how much money people are losing so they can make that kind of money. It's crazy to me. They make it seem like you have a shot at winning. No one's going to win money. I promise you, if you think you're going to get out there and gamble and make money, you're not. You might win here or there. You might even win 5 trips in a row. But at the end of the day, you're just going to be a loser. I promise you that. The only way you can win is you maybe play once or twice and get ahead and just never play again. But that's damn near impossible to do because if you think about it, if you do something and you make money doing it, why would you stop? Doesn't make sense. You can do it again. I mean, it's a vicious cycle. Gambling is a vicious cycle because if you win, you're going to play more so you can win more, and if you lose, you're going to play more so you can win your money back. And you're just going to be in the negative no matter what. You have these people who bust their asses, advantage players. They work their asses off to gain the smallest advantage over these casinos, over the house. And they can still barely eke out a living if they can do that. I mean, they take huge hits too. So don't fool yourself. And these casino dealers, they're funny because when you win, they're looking for their tip. You don't tip them, you're stiff. But what if you lose? You think they give a shit if you lose? They don't care. Who's going to tip you if you lose your ass off? No one. But if you win, oh, where's my tip? I helped you win. Oh, really? But how come when I lose, you don't say, well, I helped you lose? It's a two-way street, honey. It's so silly, these people. And these influencers, these gambling videos you're watching online, you think they care? You think they give a crap if you lose your whole life to gambling? If you kill yourself, they don't give a shit. All they care about is their views. They wanna make money off their views, and you know they make money off their sponsors and affiliates and the casinos and all that stuff. They don't care about you. If I were you, I would stop supporting him. That's just me. I'm not going to tell you what to watch and not to watch, but believe me, they're not helping society, not one bit. Why not do something? Especially these casino people. I don't respect anyone who works at a casino, whether they're a dealer or a pit boss or a host or whatever they are. Why not have a career or pursue a job or pursue something that actually benefits society, not has a negative effect on society? I think those people are terrible. So, if you're a gambler, I would say cut it out. The whole thing is silly. If you've never gambled before, I would say please don't even start. Save yourself a lot of money, a lot of headache, a lot of trouble. I've been around a long time. I live in Las Vegas. I've seen it all. My dad was a big gambler. It cost him a lot, not just financially, but in terms of his marriage, his family, and financially, of course, his future, everything. It's a terrible addiction. Now, one might argue that, well, you know, people can just gamble recreationally. You don't have to be addicted to it. Well, yeah, but you can also say that people could do drugs recreationally too, but drugs are no good. These casinos are dirty. They're evil. They're no different than drug cartels. Believe me, they're no different. They're exploiting your addiction for their own personal financial gain. That's all they're doing. It's the exact same thing. Just because one is legal and one's not doesn't make it any more morally or ethically better or different. It's the same thing, period. So don't even bother with that first, dose of heroin or whatever it is. It's the exact same thing. Stay away from these places. I promise you, you'll be happier for it. Focus on your family, focus on your health, your life. Enjoy your life. You don't need these casinos. It's time that someone says something. It's becoming social media is the best thing that happened to these casinos. I promise you. They love it. I mean, think about it. Proof is in the pudding. I mean, at first they were so against people filming. They wouldn't allow any kind of filming or anything like that on their properties. But now they welcome it with open arms because they know what it's doing. It's bringing people in. Revenues are through the roof now, more than ever. It's crazy. Unfortunately, I have to do this anonymously, as you can see. Uh, I know these casinos inside and out. They're so corrupt. I mean, they'll stop at nothing to get rid of a problem if there's a problem. So, for my own safety, for the safety of my family, it's best that I do these videos anonymously. So I hope you can understand that. Plus, it'll help me be able to speak more openly, more freely, more honestly about the issues I have with these casinos or really, it's not obviously it's not just casinos. We're talking sports betting, horse racing, whatever it is. Any company that's offering gambling is a terrible company, and anyone who works for them is a terrible person. And that's my belief. God's honest truth. So what I want to do is my goal with this is to be able to show you guys the reality of gambling. I want to show you guys the truth about gambling. the dark side that no one seems to be showing. All they want to show is the fun and games, the glitz and the glamour, and all this stuff. Well, guess what? All it's not all that fun. It's not all that glamorous. I promise you that. I know a lot of people whose lives have been ruined. I mean, I've done my fair share of gambling too. I've won big, I've lost big. Fortunately, I got out of it before it got too dangerous. But I've seen a lot. I know a lot of people. I'm going to be doing a lot of interviews with people. You're going to see people who were once multimillionaires that now live in the tunnels underground, under the Las Vegas hotels, in the flood tunnels, because they've lost every dime they had. And it's funny because some of them think they're still gonna win big. They're gonna make a run and catch up. It's crazy. So you're gonna see a lot. You got people who literally poop or pee in their chair, in their seat while they're playing a machine. People wearing diapers on the baccarat table or in the slot. I mean, these people on these machines, they feel like the minute they get up to use the restroom, someone's going to come in, take their seat, and hit a jackpot on their machine. It's crazy. Yeah, I'm going to show you guys things that these other influencers aren't showing you. Um, I'm never going to be selling anyone anything. If you want to like, subscribe, all that, by all means. I'm not a social media guy, but whatever you want to do, that's fine. But I look forward to doing more videos. Thank you again for tuning in. Until next time.